stand up. Oh, shoot.
All right.
Sorry.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to BullShirt'n with Jeff, Caleb, Brian, and who knows where Nick's at, but he's not here. So make sure you tune in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Facebook's cool. You can interact with us.
You can do that on Twitch, too. I don't know about YouTube. I've never pulled it up on YouTube right now.
I don't know. Hey, but we'll get the day off. So we'll get the day started with a fun little fact. The United States will never be the same as of this date in 1803 because Ohio joined the Union.
Oh,
and they're still trying to figure out how to spell it. They spell it 2 letters at a time.
I have a funny story about that. So there's this TikTok video. I think Brian's. I don't know. So I don't know if did you send it? And this girl's like, have you ever been in a cult or seen something? And she's like, no, but she worked in Ohio or something. Was at a company. And she said they start off the company, the meeting, and someone went, OH, and she said, and everyone responded, IO, and she goes, that's about as close to a cult she's ever been.
Hey, I heard there's a cult in Aldi, and they cuckoo at each other.
Okay, so there is kind of like an Aldi cult.
My wife was talking about it.
She added me to a Facebook group, and it's like, what that group says about Aldi goes. They tell you what's coming and all that, and all these it's like, it's legit. People try and do stuff in the stores that other people do on the Facebook page, which it's all good stuff. Yeah. But that was what's funny. We got started on cult. I have this first question, it's like opening question, all that stuff, and I erased the first one and changed it to this. But maybe I should have left it because it was like, what society is actually really a cult? And I was like, that's what we're gonna start with, but.
I don't
changed
know.
my mind last second. We can do that another day.
Yeah, we'll do it. So, Caleb's question to start us off this morning. Would you go to space if you knew that you could never come back to Earth? Well, no. No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
Not
unless it was like the beaches were like Cuba and the mountains were like West Virginia, and like if I could walk down off of a mountain out of West Virginia to the beach, a beautiful beach, then maybe, I don't know. Depends on what the governmental structure would be like.
I think I might. I mean,
where you want to go? Pluto?
I mean, I guess it would depend on the situation. It would depend on what we knew was out there and where you were going.
So you'd only go if you knew it was 100% safe.
Not 100% safe, but like if the only option was, all right, you gotta leave. You're going to space. You're going to Mars, right? And that was the only thing. Probably not.
That's warmer there, right? It's warm.
That I don't know. I haven't really looked at that much.
Very cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Cold?
It's warm, but it's like minus 100 degrees.
Yeah, I don't.
That's not
there's no beaches there either that we know of yet.
Well, they'd be frozen.
Yeah, and who knows if they'd be sand. But I guess my point is, since that's the big topic right now, is putting a colony on Mars. If that was the only option, probably not. But if you look out in space and you see all those other stars and planets and all that stuff, and there's other things out there, I'd think about it.
Why would anybody want to go to Mars?
I mean,
if it's 100 degrees, minus 100 degrees.
I don't know.
What do you
all they gotta do is build a bubble, and you can have whatever the heck you want.
What do you eat? Icicles?
Food. And take that stuff. There's lots of stuff you can do with science.
Would you tell people your nose ring's bothering you?
It is itching a lot this morning.
He's not picking his nose.
No.
He's got a daggone ear.
Or it's not itching. It's like tickling my nose this morning.
Whoever thought of such thing?
Wait till I get my snake bites done.
Yeah. I'll wait till your grandma gets hold of you. Boy, I'm 30 years old stuff right there. She'll smack you upside the head. You put 2 earrings in your lips.
I don't worry about
You just need a bull ring right there.
I thought about that. Some people say it all depends on your.
You get bull ring right there, and Jenna just gonna lead you around.
Yeah, no.
Just lead you around.
What I would worry about is Charlie. And she likes to try and grab it and play with it sometimes.
She got mad at me Saturday, and I don't know. She never did get over it when I was with her.
So last night she was getting real fussy. About 6. She didn't really have a long nap yesterday. She went to bed at 6 o'clock last night, and I got her up about 7 this morning.
Yeah, that's great.
Never heard a sound. I never moved in bed until Jenna got home this morning because she worked overnight, and then she had to stop on the way home and call 911 on 550 because she saw headlights off the road and by the creek on somewhere on 550, and there's another car stopped.
Oh,
had to call 911, but
hopefully everybody's okay. Well, all right, so we're going to move. We've already decided that Caleb will go to someplace.
Depends on what's out there.
Maybe. He can take his pig, I guess. Space Jerry. Sorry, Papa. And but now.
Yeah, so
he's going to elaborate apparently
on the space theme. We talked about the moon landing and that being a conspiracy and all that stuff, right? Well, I just saw it yesterday, but NASA's released a video tour of the moon in 4K, and I watched I watched a while yesterday, and it's incredible because you can just what you can see, but I think they show you landing spots, and then there's one spot I can't remember the guy's name that hit golf balls on the moon, but they show you where the golf balls are and that kind of stuff, which I'm sure there's Brian and I are talking about, lots of people say it's still fake video, but to me it's just another thing that shows the legitimacy of it. In one of the big craters there's a mountain in the middle, and on top of that mountain in the middle there's this boulder. And they don't know, why how it got there or what it is or anything like that. But it's just kind of there's some really, really cool stuff on it, I think. So
yeah, I've never doubted it.
And I think they said, I don't know if it's something that's coming out, if it's something that's already out. I haven't looked into it a ton, but that you can actually go somewhere on a website and walk around the moon through that, either through that video or something. You can go wherever and see stuff just like you're there. Secret base. So
maybe there is.
Maybe there is.
How cold is it on the moon?
Cold. And
space,
in the I don't think you're gonna get this kind of temperature very many places. I think they have found a couple Earth-like planets, right?
We have new planets.
Light years away.
Yeah, not even close. We need light speed to get there. Hyperspace, right? But
do you know?
I forget. There was one place. There was one spot where it goes to the dark side of the moon, where it's negative some. It's pretty close to maybe even Mars. I don't remember for sure. They said it in the video, and I don't remember, but it is not warm. It's not warm.
I just want to move to Utopia. Everything's perfect.
Utopia.
Everything's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect
where is
temperature. I just said that.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
They still have snow down there.
Yeah.
So no, I just the machine they've got. They call it LRO for short, but it's a Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, and that's what's giving them all the video and stuff like that, and it's crystal clear. It's pretty incredible. If you've got time, it's definitely something worth watching. Just to see, to see the surface of it, the video tour of it. It's really, really cool. So
I'll check it out.
yeah, I spent, like I said, I don't know how long the video is. This is it or not.
We'll look at it later.
But yeah, it's worth it. So
all right, so on Mondays we're kind of taking little steps to recap what's going on. You know, you've seen the before and after pictures on Facebook, TikTok, whatever. I don't know. So chapter 2 of our story. As the boys got older, like I said, we'd started to do some screen printing through the guy who owned Miletree at the time, and then we did embroidery stuff with the lady down in Waverly. And I was running down there to Waverly, dropping off stuff, picking up stuff. Embroidery out into self-sufficiency came with that, a small one-head embroidery machine, because although Kathy did a great job, we could not control our schedules. You know, I had no control. If I needed something done really quick for somebody, I couldn't do it. And she was slowing down. She wasn't working every day in the shop. She had other things going on in life, and so we decided that we would go buy this embroidery machine. Caleb and Chad
Now,
picked it out of it.
let me give you a little context of the embroidery machine as I remember it. Okay.
Apparently it's different than how I remember it.
It's similar, but so when I graduated and I was working for you, I really I wasn't really doing a whole heck of a lot. I was more just there. And then we went up, you sent chat when we had started talking about it, because there was one week where I was coming down here to Chillicothe for school, and then I would go pick stuff up and take it back, right? And there was 1 week where I literally went to Waverly every single day.
Yeah.
And we were like, maybe it's time we look at the machines and get something so we can do it ourselves. So Chad and I went to Cleveland to a trade show, or that one was specifically an embroidery show. And we went up there and looked at embroidery machines, and they had DTG printers there. And I don't know if you remember, but we almost got the package with the embroidery machine and the DTG printer.
I do not.
Which at the time, DTG printers were not what they are now. It would have been a disaster.
Yeah, that technology was not very good at the time.
It would have been a disaster for us. So we went up there, got the pricing information, all that kind of stuff, right? We came back, gave you all the information, and I always remembered, as you said, well, you took a sewing class, you can do embroidery, right? Thinking that,
Thread's thread, man.
And they are not. They are not the same. There's some similarities, but and then it wasn't. Actually, it was probably about this time, however many years ago, February, because it was cold. Chad and I went to Florida for training on the embroidery machine.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and I think the machine had already been there, and we had to get that stupid 500-600 pound machine up the skinny stairs, and it about killed us to get it up there.
You're probably lucky the stairs didn't fall down.
Yeah, but that started us, and I remember the first job we ever did on it was for the Circleville maintenance for Rick Sims. Hats and T-shirts. We got a tiger head embroidered on them. That was the very first thing we ever did.
Yeah.
Ourselves. So.
It was that was a good move. There'd be some moves later on down the road that weren't so great, but that was a good move for us, and we still have that machine out here. We use it from time to time. And Nick also uses the forehead machine that we bought probably about 4 years ago. So, but that's kind of how we started to evolve into self-sufficiency, which, like I said, it's had its great moments and it's had its trying moments, just like everything else in business. But we just kind of evolved in the apparel business through that, and I started kind of concentrating on athletic stuff more, and and letting them kind of take care of the apparel. So
yeah, of course at that time Nick was still in school. I was going to school to be a teacher. I was coaching at the time.
And neither one of them really wanted to do the athletic equipment.
No,
Nick was
I
more
never
heavily
really
involved in it, but that was because he pressured, I think.
Yeah, I never really had any interest in the athletic equipment side of it. That stuff, it changes so much all the time, and then to me, it wasn't something I was interested in.
It's difficult, especially with baseball, when you've got so many gimmick aids out there, and there's so many different kinds of helmets, catcher's gear, baseball gloves. You need, what size do you need, and so on and so forth, and tee, everything. It's a difficult world to be really good at.
That was the first thing, embroidery up in the little living room of what became my apartment a few years after that. Well, quite a few years after that.
Yeah.
Oh no. Who did that? Leonard? Yeah, he laid on it, right?
Yeah. It's a big dog. So, but next week we'll talk a little bit about.
From there we can go into moving from the little house to the garage, and that's when things really started to change.
Right. That was a good move in a way, but it was fun. So, but we'll talk about that move next week. I'm sure you're dying to know about it, but it is kind of interesting to know the backstory on. I love to hear backstories on how people got started doing things. And what's the name of that Lego show?
I think it's just a Lego story, how it started.
Story.
Yeah,
it's really animated.
Yeah.
And the 7-year-old found the show and was fascinated with it. But if you ever want to know some of the trials and tribulations that people go through in business that you don't see just from the outside, go watch this Lego story on YouTube. It's a great story. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It just makes you.
In a way, it has some similarities to our personalities here and how we go about things a little bit. So
yeah,
but check it out.
So today is March 1st.
It is.
Which means St. Patrick's Day is it's on the 17th. So just a little over 2 weeks away. Which means if you haven't bought one of these shirts, you're going to miss out.
Hurry!
So, pull up that picture. That's got our 3 St. Patrick's Day shirts on it. You can order it on our website. You can also order it on Etsy. I don't put that up there because that's not something we really talk about, with our stuff that we've got our Etsy store. But it's available on both. 100% ring spun cotton, and it will come with a small pot of gold if you order.
Hey, and if you order a shirt and you tag us in a great St. Patty's Day picture with your shirt on, we will send you one of these hats. Caleb will buy it for you. I promise. Boom. Call me the leprechaun, baby.
Well, it's gonna have to come out of someone's pot of gold, huh? But yeah, they're awesome shirts. We're gonna post them quite a bit over the next week or so.
I love this design right here.
Yeah, it's really cool. Once you really start.
I call it design. It's a piece of art.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got those 3 shirts. On soft shirts, they'll be great. So like I said, we're gonna really push those the next week and a half or so. So
When is it again?
It's the 17th, which is a Wednesday.
It doesn't really make much difference in my life, other than
No.
little kids have to wear green to school that day.
You have to wear green here, you get smacked. Isn't that the thing?
I have to make sure that Max understands that
You can't pinch
you can't
everyone.
pinch people anymore.
Yeah.
As much as everybody wants to play that game, teachers used to encourage it when I was little. Hey, he doesn't have green on pitching. Yeah, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same.
No pinching. No pinching. But here, if you don't wear green, you're going to get smacked right across the face.
All right, what's your current biggest frustration? Personal, professional?
The threat of getting smacked at work.
There you go. Yeah, we'd have to vote on whether that sweatshirt right there qualifies as green.
I think it does.
I do too.
Yeah, it's definitely green. It's just neon green.
I need some new
green.
Eat the Frog shirts.
Oh.
So I don't know what I've got a lot of frustrations in life right now. And seems like professional and personal kind of all are intertwined with me, but I think part of my frustrations right now is just seems like so many of the things professionally I'm trying to do I'm in limbo with. I don't know exactly what direction to go. I really want to be a famous TV person and have my own morning show, but I guess I've kind of got that now. So but seriously, it's hard. It's hard when it's frustrating to try to change directions in life and still do the things that you want to do. To not get frustrated. That's why I've adopted this whole living free, being me thing. I'm trying to just be me. If I want to wear shorts to a high importancy meeting, I'm gonna wear shorts. I don't care. I don't care about social statuses or not statuses, but opinions so much with that. But you still have to be cognizant of what's proper. I guess.
Yeah, I think there's a time and place for stuff, but also at the same time, if I'm going to a meeting to talk to a customer about shirts or something, I'm not gonna wear like a button-up shirt and nice pants, because that's number one, it's not me, and number two, I make T-shirts.
Right.
I don't work in an office. I don't.
Well, this is an office.
Yeah, but it's not some kind of corporate office. What kind of corporate office has wrestling action figures in it?
I don't know.
Right?
What's your biggest frustration, Brian? Besides dealing with cable.
Wow. I'm in the bus there, huh? While Brian's thinking about this.
Why it always interrupts.
No, while he's thinking about it, I know everyone's really
Showed up this week. Got no reason to be here.
Listen,
Hey,
adjust my camera so you can see this belt a little bit more.
I'll shut him up for you this week.
Yeah, I like how you say that like you weren't talking crap about Nick when he left after you beat him last week.
Nah, he knows better than that.
So, I don't want to hear it.
He knows better than that.
That was also just the time that I leave.
Yeah.
Now,
he didn't take the loss very well, but I would be disappointed had he taken the loss very well.
Well, and it wasn't like it was a nice, long, drawn-out, fought thing.
No, it was bam, bam.
Beat me.
Yeah. It was a TKO first round.
7 minutes before that, I walked in here and said, how mad do you think he's going to be when I walk out there and dunk 2 of these in a row? And then that's exactly what happened.
We didn't even have time to get the camera out.
Hey, natural born athlete, man. So what do you think, Brian? What's your biggest frustration?
Right now, I got nothing. Pretty chill.
Well, that's a good day. What about you, Nicholas?
The list is too long. I don't feel like sharing.
Well, hey, you know what? Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
You know what? It's perfectly fine for you to keep your emotions.
Nothing wrong with it.
Kind of my gimmick anyways. So.
I like to do that to a degree.
That's why you're mad all the time, right?
Yeah. That's just my face.
It used to be such a cute face. I don't know what happened.
Well, thank you.
Now it's not a cute face, Nick. Apparently, you
I'm just angry all the time.
remember when your parents told you that if you kept making that face, it'd stay like that?
Just my face.
No.
Well, on Wednesday.
I guess I don't get my biggest frustration is I don't even get to say my biggest frustration.
Oh, I forgot about Kid. What is your biggest frustration besides you can't keep your pig in the pen?
I can. He's in there right now.
Because he likes straw.
He does.
What's actually happening is Caleb's neighbors come over and put the fence back the way it was and put the pig in there so he doesn't feel bad about it.
No, he has not escaped for a while, but I am about to make his pen a little bit bigger now that the weather's
Run,
getting to where I
Papa,
can.
run.
No, he doesn't have to do anything. It'll just take me an afternoon. But no, I think my biggest frustration, my professional and personal are like this anyways. You know, they're the same.
Yeah.
But I think it's just trying to find that balance of work and family and then everything in between. You know, it's like my oil needs changed and my tires need rotated, and it's like, when you got time to do that?
Yeah, see,
You know?
my dad is a lot better than your dad is. 'Cause my dad helps with that stuff.
I just it's to find the time to do that, and then there's all this stuff through the week, which I've got my routine through the week every day. It's like kind of the same, and then it's like you get to the weekend when there's all this stuff at home you need to get done, when you really just want to relax for the coming week. And I just I don't know that balance, and there's a lot of times where I get home, I let the dogs out, I feed the dogs after I've got the kids settled in and fed and all that stuff, and it's like you sit down and you don't really have time to do anything unless they're sleeping or playing. And then I always tell myself, I'm gonna do some work when they go to bed and sit there and get some work done. And very rarely does that ever happen, because it's like they go to bed and then at 8:30 I'm ready for bed. So on top of everything else that needs done, at the house, and then there's stuff that needs done here that's not work related, that's just maintenance and keeping up with stuff. And I think that's just my biggest frustration is finding that right balance. And I don't know that you ever find it.
I think from a small business entrepreneurship standpoint, you've got to, your quality family time and your work time sometimes kind of have to meld.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it. We spend a ton of time together at work. All of us did. Even when you're little.
Yeah.
And but I always have kids with me now, and like when I go make a delivery, like I love to go over to Logan and deliver to the Hocking Hills canoe livery.
Yeah, you're gonna have to soon.
Right, I'll be over soon, but but the little kids like to take that ride. It's a cool ride. I always used to take Nick with me and pick up helmets and stuff, and he thinks it's probably because I want him to do all the work, but the reality of it is I just enjoy the company, or take Caleb on sales calls, and you just kind of have to find a happy medium how to spend time, and because it's time that's important. It's not so much what you're doing.
Right.
Really.
Right.
But it's hard too. Like you said, you go home, you have these intentions. Like to do any professional development stuff on your own, that kind of has to come at night. And right now I've got about 4 different things I need to be professionally developing on.
Yeah.
And by the time I lay down with the little girl and get her to sleep.
Yeah. No, it's like, there's some books I want to read. There's some stuff. I'm trying to train to become a Jedi Knight, and I don't have time to do all that stuff.
Hey. Dog fight.
Be nice.
That wasn't nice.
And you probably yelped like that and didn't even get touched.
That was mean. Hateful.
Luckily, they don't do that too often.
Turn you into
It looks.
stuffed dog.
What'd you get? Hey, come here. Come here. He got Dobby. He must have fell off the shelf out there and got Dobby.
That's also why this one got.
It is. because he had Dobby earlier.
Don't. Go away.
But
Call that dog.
come here, Leo. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like I said, I don't know that you ever solve it. Just
No.
you do what you can when you can, and have to try and there's as much as we have a set schedule, there's not really a set schedule either.
Well, what it comes down to is there's not really an off time.
Yeah.
You gotta work. You gotta work hard. I don't care if it's in the garden or whatever it is. So. But hey, on Wednesday we're gonna talk we'll highlight a little bit Carhartt apparel that we're able to supply, and unlike Rural King, we can sell you Carhartt stuff and we can decorate it for you. All right, you guys got your construction business, your farm stuff, whatever, your hunting club, and you want jackets, we can sell you the Carhartt jacket and we can decorate it.
Yeah, I think what's important. It's funny with Carhartt. I saw this this post, because Carhartt it's always been really nice and well known, but it's becoming even more well known now because not just people working outside are wearing Carhartt, and it was basically a plea from workers who get it all the time to remember what Carhartt was made for, and just because these hipster type people are wearing it now, they don't want the price to be driven up, right? And
well, hey, you guys out there working for a living, working hard for a living, we'll take care of you. We won't sell it to other people. We'll say, hey, are you a logger, a farmer?
Well, if someone wants to decorate it, I'll sell it to them. But we're not sitting here selling blank stuff where people can just wear it because it says Carhartt,
Right.
But and we can get pretty much everything, I think.
That's a pretty good list. We'll go, like I say, we'll go over it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That'll be. So you guys, anybody else got anything?
Yeah, nothing I have to say on here.
Okay, do I get to dominate you today?
No, we'll wait till the end of the week.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, and then the video of the championship match will be up next Monday.
Friday, I'll be throwing dimes again.
Monday, you'll get to see that we have the same reigning champion.
Not a chance. Not unless I get injured or die.
Exactly. You never know what it'll do when the belt comes up and smacks you in the back of the head when you're not looking.
All right. Well, hey, with that, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you on Wednesday morning. Thanks.